What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of Beyond the Gates. I really question Smitty at this point. Like, I really want to know, what is Smitty's breaking point with Martin? I really would like to know, because how much can one take? Like, their communication in their marriage is piss poor. It really is. And it's sad that they have that kind of marriage where you can't open up to your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're keeping secrets from each other. They're not being honest with each other about what they want out of life. You know what I mean? Their goals don't align. You know what I'm saying? Smitty wants to go back to work. Martin is against it. Martin got his own little secret. Plus, he wants to run for president. All of these things, like, and they're not communicating. No honesty, don't no communication. And it's crazy. I'm like, how long do they think this marriage is gonna last? Because this shit is on pins and needles at this point. It's like you're walking a tightrope. What's the breaking point? And I think Smitty, I really feel like Smitty is getting there. Today should have definitely been a breaking point for him. I feel like if he ain't there yet, I don't know what it's gonna take for him to actually hit that point. Because Martin is just a selfish ass. You know, I hate how he tries to gaslight Smitty, manipulate Smitty, because let's be for real. Smitty not telling Martin about him wanting to go back to work, it's not the same thing as Martin not telling him about his presidential run. It's really not. Smitty did not tell that man about him wanting to go back to work, because Smitty knows Martin is not supportive. He know it. Martin has shown no support. He's fought him every step of the way on him wanting to go back to work. Kept trying to talk him out of it. Martin not telling Smitty about his presidential run, he has his reasons for not telling him. Because obviously he has his own dirt to hide. Because it damn sure ain't for supportive reasons. Smitty has been nothing but fucking supportive of Martin and his career. And all Smitty wants in return is that same support, but he's not getting that. You know, at the end of the day, Martin running for president, even if he didn't have some big secret looming over his head, I still feel like that's a conversation they need to have, because it affects the whole family. You know, that's a stressful thing to do. Run for president, that's stressful, especially the whole campaign. And then if you win, that's a long 4 years in that office. Long 4 years. You're going to be under a lot of media scrutiny, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. It's like you really have to sit down and have that conversation and really figure out if that's what you want to do. You know, if you really want to put your family through that. That's a lot. When they went to Orphe Jeans and that guy walked in, Martin looked like he was ready to shit himself. He was like, oh my God. Like he was really ready to piss on himself. Like, he really tried his damnedest not to give that man no type of eye contact until Smitty seen him and was like, oh, come over, come over. I says, Martin, it's your ass. It's your ass. And I am so glad that dude told Smitty, oh, I still got the job open, but, you know, Martin told me that you wasn't trying to go back to work. You wasn't interested. The way Smitty looked at Martin, with that blank look, I was like, sir, it is your ass. And I think the way Martin was looking at Smitty, Martin knew. Oh, he knew what time it was. He knew Smitty wasn't about to play with him. It's about to be on like popcorn. I'm telling you, it's on. Smitty needs to walk away from him. Martin is a self-centered, narcissistic, manipulative ass. He needs to walk away. Like, the way Martin treats Smitty, it's like how you would treat a child. You know what I'm saying? Worse than a child. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy. Smitty need to walk away from that. That ain't something that he needed to be a part of at this point. Moving on from that, I am so freaking happy Chelsea finally told Danny about her wanting to quit modeling and, you know, build her own company with her and Kat. I think that was just the best thing for her to do, was to just come on out and say it, and I'm glad she did. I mean, Danny, of course, her initial reaction wasn't surprising to me, because Danny at first wasn't on board with it, because she was like, oh no, you're not about to throw away a career, a successful career, on a whim. But you know what? I'm glad Danny quickly changed her mind about that, because Danny remembered that when she wanted to be a model, her parents weren't on board with it. They fought her tooth and nail about it. But she did what she had to do. And that's when she remembered, like, damn, I can't deny my daughter something that I had, went and did because my parents told me no. You know what I mean? I can't do what my parents, what my parents did to me. I can't stunt her growth. She has to find her own path. And I'm glad Danny took that contract for the fashion show and tore it up. Good for her. Let your daughter do her. You know what I mean? And I felt bad for Danny when she went home. When she went home looking at her old modeling photos and stuff. And, I feel bad for her. But you know what? Danny needs to focus on Danny now. Danny need to figure out what's the next chapter for her. The kids are grown. She's divorced. Figure out what you want to do. Honestly, I could see Danny going back into modeling if she wanted to. She ain't too old. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of older people still modeling and stuff like that. She could still do it. She still look gorgeous as fuck. But the thing is, does she have the mindset for it? Because to go back into modeling after so long, you really got to have the mindset for stuff like that. So I don't know if she does. Or she could open up her own modeling agency. I mean, why not? She got the know-how. She got all the knowledge. She got the money. You know what I mean? You got the time. Why not do that? You could shape the next generation of models and make a fortune in the process. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these other modeling agencies that's been around for decades and still doing it big. Like, Danny better stop playing, put that liquor down, and go do what she got to do. And start focusing on Danny. You know what I mean? But I am glad that Nicole came by to see her and stuff like that. Because Danny needs it. She need that sister time, and I'm glad Nicole stopped by because she gonna need that. Nicole really needs to, and I know, don't get me wrong, Nicole got her own life. She got her own stuff going on too. But I feel like the family definitely need to pay a bit more attention to Danny because that drinking is starting to get out of control. They need to pay more attention to her. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that we gotta say that about grown folk, but even grown people, even the strongest of people still need a support system. And that's what she need right now, a support system. But I'm glad Chelsea out from under that. You know what I mean? Like, this is a new start for her. Now her and Kat can move forward and get this business off the ground, do what the hell they got to do finally. Kat is definitely sprung on Tomas. Like, she is sprung on that boy, and I don't blame her. But, hopefully they're on the same page about what they want. And she's not naive to Eva. Like, she know Eva sniffing around him. She definitely see it. She got eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad she not, naive about that. But she know this girl. You know what I'm saying? She see her game from a mile away. But I also don't want her to try to move fast with Tomas because of Eva. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that. You want to move at your own pace. And I'm glad, Chelsea basically told her the same thing. Do shit when you're ready to do it. You know what I mean? On your timing. Don't do it for no other purpose. And I really want her to go into this with Tomas with her eyes open. And I hope that he going into it with genuine purpose as well. You know what I mean? Like, he's being genuine with her. But he definitely interested in Eva too. I feel like with Eva, it's more sexual. But I feel like with Kat, it's more genuine. Like, it's more, I want to build something with you. That's the vibe I get from them. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel like before long, he definitely gonna smash with Eva. I could see that happening. The way he was eyeballing her the other day, I was like, ain't no way. He gonna get that. It's gonna be some mess. But I also feel bad for Chelsea because now Chelsea, yet again, she's in the middle, of her father and the family drama. Like, first she was in the middle with him and Danny. Now she in the middle with him and Nicole. I mean, with him and Naomi. So that's gonna be a hot mess. But if I was Chelsea, I would stay the hell out of it, to be quite honest. Like, I wouldn't even get involved in none of this. I would focus on my empire that I'm trying to build and let them figure out they mess. Haley done lost her damn mind. Like, Haley is just, oof. Like, didn't she tell Bill that she wanted to continue working? So why every time we see her, we don't see her working? Like, ain't you a paralegal? Don't you got some papers to staple? Some case law to study? Like, you want to keep your job so bad, but you ain't never had the damn job. Now she trying to get all up in Jacob face, and she need to be 5 feet away from him. That's a married man, even though we know she don't care. But now she trying to get Jacob to help her get Bill, come up with a way to get Bill and Naomi, speaking again and get them back close. I'm glad Jacob just let that go. He was like, listen, I ain't got time for all of that. Like, I don't blame Jacob. I wouldn't even entertain that. That's between Naomi and Bill. You can't force them to reconcile. Haley sitting here trying to justify her actions, talking about, oh, Bill and Danny were on the rocks when we got together. It don't matter. I don't give a damn if they was on hot coals. It don't matter. That was still that lady husband. They were still married. They still lived in the same house at the time. You know what I'm saying? They were still doing shit husband and wife do. It don't matter if their marriage was on shaky ground. That don't matter. There were no divorce papers filed at that moment. And I'm pretty sure they were still wearing wedding rings, the whole fucking nine. You don't want to take accountability for the fact that you smashed that lady husband. Take accountability. That's what you did. She just don't want the home record title. Oh well. Oh well. That's what happens when you smash somebody's spouse. You should have waited until he was fully single and the divorce papers were filed and he was moved into his own place. Then you could have, started dating him and sleeping with him and nobody could have said shit, because the papers were filed. But they were still very much married. So you can't justify your actions. And that's all she's trying to do. When she went to go see, she went to the house and stuff like that and Bill was home and they talking about the lawsuit and stuff. Haley pissed me off. Like, she really tried to insinuate that Mike was nothing but a gentleman with her. I said, you can't be talking about the same Mike that I've been seeing. It must be somebody different. Because the Mike I've been seeing, that man a pervert. That man's a straight weirdo. He's a perv. She's sitting there talking about, oh, are you going to settle with Naomi? Are you going to cut Mike? And all this, that, and the third. I'm like, Haley, stop asking all these questions. And for her to confront Naomi, I'm like, if you don't get out her face, because if I was Naomi at that point, the way she sat down in front of her, I ain't like that, first of all, because I just felt attitude. But I would have WWE'd her ass. Like, if you don't get up out her face. But anyway, I'm loving the dynamic between Bill and Naomi because they are ready to do battle with each other. But the weird part about it is they both are on the same page when it comes down to this case bringing them closer. They think this law shit gonna bring them closer. Like Naomi said it to Jacob and even Bill said it. He feels like this is gonna make their relationship closer. And that's weird that they both said that. Because this is like, I feel like for Bill, he seemed almost proud of Naomi in a way for standing up to him the way she doing. He seemed like he was a bit proud of her. I feel like this case is going to be very interesting. But for Bill to sit there and still be in business with Mike is very disturbing because Bill sees firsthand how Mike is. Like, you see how he is. You see how he talk about women and stuff like that. He's a pervert. And for somebody like Bill who got 2 daughters, it's like, how do you stand that kind of shit? Like, how? How could you stand there and still be partners with him with the way he talking? And you have children. You have daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just... like, it's crazy. But this court case, I feel like it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very fun. I can't wait to see them. Hopefully we get the court scenes with them doing battle and stuff. Cause I can't wait to see that shit. Them going head to head. I feel like it's going to be very interesting. But Bill, this man really didn't, like, he really tried to make it seem like he didn't know what the fuck was going on at his own firm. Talking about, oh, he don't deal with low-level staff. That's the problem with people in high positions like CEOs and stuff like that. They don't know what's going on at the bottom. But you got to keep your finger on the pulse of every aspect of your business. You know what I'm saying? You have to know everything. Because I agree with Naomi. Like, it didn't, like, cross your mind why you got so much turnover at the firm with females. Like, I know Naomi gonna rip him to shreds. Because I know she gonna look through every email. She probably gonna subpoena everybody. She gonna talk with everybody at the firm. I know she gonna give Bill pure hell in this case. Because Naomi definitely not going to back down. Absolutely not. So Bill is in for a huge fight with her. And I think he know that. He know it. He in for a huge fight. But I would suspend Mike as, for the time being. I would definitely suspend him. I wouldn't let him continue on at the firm right now with no lawsuit pending. Hell no, he would have to go. Surely wouldn't. That man he would have to skip. I would have to get rid of that ass because Mike is a liability at that firm. Like, he really is. Bill need to check him. But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything in this episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.